I don't think I've waited this long for any movie such as this one.
So I go to watch The Odyssey tomorrow. I am super excited because of all the things that I've read, heard.
In spite of what the internet had said, this is a Christopher Nolan movie we're talking about. And for over a year, I followed everything about this movie. Every announcement, every character update. I bought the first day's IMAX tickets the moment they went live. Christopher Nolan came to Mumbai just a week before the release. Everything about The Odyssey felt like a grand spectacle, more than just a movie premiere.
The kind of hype that's been built around this movie is just insane. So I'll be taking my mom for this movie. This is going to be very interesting because I still remember watching Troy with her and she absolutely loved it.
You don't like Obsession. Do you think you're going to like this?
No, I think I like this. I've seen Troy.
And then I finally watched it. This isn't a review. This is about me trying to understand how something I've waited for almost over a year left me feeling so emotionally. I booked the first day's IMAX tickets the moment the tickets went live. $1,800 a ticket. Coincidentally, that happened to me in my dad's birthday, so I made sure I spent time with him over lunch and then head out to watch the evening show with my mom. So I settled in, genuinely excited about getting on one of the most cinematic journeys of my life. And for the first half, I really thought it was. The opening scene, the shores of Troy, the Trojan horse, that was exactly what I had envisioned. It was breathtaking. By the time the interval arrived, freaking good. And then, something changed. Slowly, something disappeared. My emotional connect for the story, it just diluted. I wasn't feeling much for Odysseus and his men as he kept going from one mission to the other. I was asking myself, wait, why should I care? And what was the most annoying part of this movie? It kept explaining itself as to what mattered and what didn't matter. There's one thing that I've always believed in: show, don't tell. Audiences are incredibly smart. Don't take them for granted. You don't have to explain every emotion. You don't have to spoon feed. Sometimes silence is enough. Let them stay with the silence of the characters and let the viewer figure it out. And ironically, the scene that stayed with me most in this film was not any battle sequence or the Cyclops or any action thing. It was more about a conversation between the mother and the son. There was a certain ambiguity in Penelope's motivations that really fascinated me. And I just wish that The Odyssey as a film dug deep into that. Because if there's one thing that Christopher Nolan is great at, is making conversations feel more compelling than the action. I even loved Oppenheimer because of that. Because it gave us a window into Oppenheimer's motivations behind why he made that bomb. That's where I felt The Odyssey could have capitalized. And another thing that surprised me, and I only realized later, was the editing choice of this movie. Christopher Nolan's films are usually the non-linear puzzles that unravel right at the end. This movie was a very straightforward linear film. Why would it need that Tenet-style non-linear editing approach? Why cut a perfectly linear film in that way? I honestly don't think it favored the movie in any sense. Maybe there were some emotional nuances that I missed on because I never really learnt about the Odyssey in school or anything in my childhood. I'm looking at this as purely from a filmmaker standpoint and maybe as someone who's just sitting in the audience. But would I watch The Odyssey again? So if I can't connect emotionally with any character on screen, then none of this spectacle matters. I still believe the hardest part in filmmaking is making the audience care. This is the first time I felt a Christopher Nolan film tried too hard in explaining what it was. This was not the film I was waiting for over a year. So have you seen this movie? Because if you have, and if this movie connected with you, how? How? This is Nikhil. We're not off frame.